Hello, everybody. Welcome to Real Law Talk. Here's the best part about being a lawyer is that you get to have smart lawyer friends who can pretty much answer anything. Like my girl here, Harry. How are you?
Hi, Mike. How are you?
Good. So I've been getting a lot of questions about this, but I'm not qualified because I just get people out of jail. Um, what is your perception as a how long have you been an immigration attorney?
I have been an immigration attorney for 20 years.
Okay, and that means you've been through several administrations, correct?
That's correct.
What is your understanding, capabilities, and consequences? What should people expect when Trump takes office and this much lauded, hyped up mass deportation plan? Who's at risk first?
Okay. So, first, we're going to take a deep breath, right? So, it's still United States of America. We have due process. But, so the first people that are going to be at risk are the ones who are, well, trying to come in, okay? Because I think they're going to close out the border. Probably day one, day two. Stroke of a pen. He's done it before. He will do this again. Now, that's for the people trying to get in, okay, or like already in line for the CBP1. I think they're going to get rid of that. For people that are already here, if you have criminal records, I think that's going to be people who are number one for being at risk.
Now,
Now,
you say criminal record,
right. So that's what I was gonna choose. So not every criminal record is the same, right? We have different types of crimes, and this is where it's the problem. So of course you have the more difficult, the felonies, right? What you call them, with the murders, uh, the serious assaults, the armed robberies, right? Of course, those are all bad things. But in all reality, doesn't matter who has the administration. Those convictions are bad for immigration, period. Now, misdemeanors. So not every misdemeanor is the same. In immigration law, some misdemeanors can be really bad, like really bad, make you deportable. Um, you know, when we're dealing with convictions for possession of drugs, anything, more than 30 grams of marijuana, that's bad. So in the criminal world, right, it may not be considered too bad, right, or right, but in the immigration law, it's bad. So, but then you have other things. You have a DWI from 20 years ago, okay, and so you have a conviction. But then, if you look at the circumstances of that conviction, a person may have not even driving that car, but they were arrested because, yes, they were intoxicated and they were in the car and the ignition was on and they were arrested. And they took that plea because that was easier and at the advice of an attorney, again, 20 years ago. And they are now stuck with that DWI, and that will have an impact. And that's what scares me. It's the older convictions that in reality are not that big of a deal, but on paper it looks bad.
What about the people, let's say in New York City, we have asylum seekers that are just sitting in hotel rooms. What about those people that came in 6 months ago?
So that's going to depend. We don't know. Okay, so most of those people are processed in the system. When I say that, it actually means something. Processed in the system. They came through the border. They availed themselves to the border agents,